Hello guys, this is my what's his face? This is my sightseeing tour for social studies. Now the reason I'm doing like this is because my computer's done something strange and this is the only way I could do it. Alright, so my tour is gonna focus on amazing places around the world. Now I thought I'd start at the Grand Canyon. Now the Grand Canyon is located in Arizona, USA, as it says there. It is one of the most famous canyons in the world because of its sheer size and beauty. Now, it is contained, where it is, in the Grand Canyon National Park, in the Hualapai Tribal Nation, and the Huavasaipu tribe. President Theodore Roosevelt was a major proponent because of the preservation of this Grand Canyon, and visited it lots of times just to try to make sure it's not destroyed. It is considered one of the seven wonders in the world. Now, the Grand Canyon is quite big, around about 300 miles long and 18 miles wide, which is just huge. It's around about 7,000 feet and 2,000 meters. Now, according to Wikipedia, 2 billion years of the Earth's geological history can be seen from this canyon. Now, this canyon actually used to be filled with water. And then after many years, the water dried up, and now we have left with this beautiful canyon. It's very deep, and lots of people like going sightseeing everywhere. The second place we know is the Titanic. Now, we should know what the Titanic is. The Titanic was an amazing ship located under the sea. Now, it wasn't always under the sea, and I'm pretty sure you know that, but let me just give you a quick history. Now, the Titanic was supposed to be the unsinkable ship. They lied, because it did sink eventually. Now, the Titanic is what they say one of the most powerful ships, the largest ships in its time. One thing, it crashed into an iceberg and everyone on there died, and they made a really cool and they made a movie about it, and that movie was called, strangely, Titanic. I would have never guessed. So there's a movie called Titanic named after the ship. It's supposed to be really big back in its time. Actually, it was really big back in its time. One of the largest, and it's supposed to be unsinkable. It failed on its maiden voyage. It sank to the bottom of the sea. To be found by satellite and people. Except it wasn't a very nice ship. In fact, if I street view it, would this work? Hey look, we can actually see it. All in its glory. Under the sea. Now, it looks as quite clear, it's almost touching the surface, but no, it's actually quite deep down. You can see one part, the other part, because it's split in half. Now, if you go underwater, it will be really cool to visit this place if you went underwater. Now, they actually let you, but it's quite expensive. Next, we have the Forbidden City in China. Now, I've been here. In Chinese, we call this place Tiananmen or Gugong. This is where many of the famous people in China live. The leaders, the aristocrats, even the leaders, the aristocrats. Basically anyone of importance, the empress. Oh, Street View failed me. Basically anybody of grave importance lives here. Oh wait, you can't Street View there, I'm pretty sure. Oh, you can, maybe. Not sure. Let me check. Bada boom. You can. So, it's slightly glitching a little, but this place was where emperors and empresses lived. It's quite big. This is the garden. I'm not sure why this isn't loading, but this is one of the main gates. Next we have Mount Cook, and I just had to include this here. It's a mountain in New Zealand. Now where we are. And goodness, is this place amazing. I mean, the sights are fantastic if you've been up there. Skiing is fun. There's not much to not like about it. I mean, history-wise, it's part of New Zealand, which was formed from geological currents, from volcanoes blowing up, and eventually, mountains. So it was formed from volcanoes, and it is beautiful up there. You can see it all around. Like, I'm not sure if it lets me street view here, but to give you just a thought of the mountains, I street viewed here, and look beyond the horizon. Absolutely stunning. Next, we have Tokyo, Japan, which is located in Japan. This is a beautiful city. It's actually the largest city in the world with over 10 million people in there. I think around about 27 million. Now, this city is booming with liveliness. It doesn't matter if you're an otaku, don't even know what that word means because it's fine, it doesn't matter. The city is huge, filled with Japanese culture, anime, food, you name it, this city has it. There's honestly nothing you can't find in this giant city. It's really hard not to be lost in its mesmerizing glory. From professional card games to professional racing, or street racing. From home card games to professional, from street racing to professional. You find it all in this beautiful city. Next, we have Paris, in France. Not to be confused with Paris in our class. Now, this is a beautiful city in the midst of France. Now, as quote unquote, my mother said, the first thing my mother said when we came here was, "Wow, Paris is beautiful, just beautiful. The city, everything is well kept, everything is completely beautiful. There's nothing wrong with this city. Like, I mean, there are people who an excessive amount of smoking here, but goodness me, the buildings are beautiful with rich histories, powerful rulers, and amazing gourmet food. Paris is one city you do not want to miss." To round out that expedition, we head to London, the United Kingdom. The city of London, quote unquote, as my mother said, "You know, Peter, London looks like a really, 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 really well-preserved antique." And I'd agree with her at some points. I mean, you get these beautiful, huge buildings which aren't loading for me, which is quite annoying. You get these huge, fantastic, mesmerizing buildings. And then you get to the center of London. Clock Tower, like the famous Big Ben Clock Tower, all its churches and their fantastic glory of days gone by. Just to say, there's nothing to not like about London. I mean, the weather might be quite bad, not too great, but wow. You have parts of London which are just completely filled with old stuff. You could say the buildings look old and antique. They look like they'd be plucked straight out of an Alice in Fairyland wonder book. And then you get places which look like they haven't even existed yet. Thank you. This was my tour of amazing places I found in the world. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Thank you. Bye.